It's pulling close to 6:15 today, so I'm gonna get cooking on my new barbecue. And now the star show is this bad boy. This is a, I think 500 gram piece of sirloin steak. The fat cap here is nicely scored from the butcher himself. The steak's got really nice marbling. This has been out at room temp, so it's tempered. Bringing it out to room temp also decreases the thick gray band that you'll get, and the inside doesn't really go pink, it goes like bright red, like it's still cold inside. I like to cook my steaks rare, even pushing medium rare. When we do that with a cold steak, the outside gets way too cooked, and then when we get into the inside, it's just way too cold. It's still good. I mean, all steak is good. All we need is just a tiny amount of high smoke point oil. Like, what is that? That's probably like half a teaspoon. Keep the oil at a minimum when I'm grilling, just because you don't really need it. In a pan, you can OD on oil all you want, because the oil is actually gonna help it. But with the grill, just a tiny amount really makes a difference. We got coarse sea salt. Pat that in. And we want to do both sides and the bottom, as well as the fat cap. Also, can't forget the black pepper. And this is preference, but I reckon if you're not a fan of black pepper, just go a little bit more than you'll like. That's how you know you got the perfect amount. Also for the pepper, I just like to do on the meat and not on the fat. If there's like little ones that you can see on the fat there, I don't really care about that, but I wouldn't really pack the pepper on like that onto the fat. We're sitting at about 200 Celsius. We'll go straight away close to me, fat side towards the flame. It's been about 3-4 minutes. The temps increased. We're sitting at around 230. Clear color change. You can see the fat's looking a bit yellow, which is beautiful. I actually prefer the yellow fat. Time to give that a flip. It's cooking real nice. Put the lid back on and we'll get back into it. Alright, let's check her out. Yeah, that's beautiful. That's time for a sear. So we're gonna chuck it directly onto these hot coals. You can see the other lumpies are pretty much set. I'll do the fat first from higher, and then I'll put the grate directly onto the charcoal. Fat cap here is about 3/4 of the actual piece, and then we've got just the meat. So I don't want to overcook this section of the beef, and I really want to render that fat real nice. So if I can balance it with my tongs, always checking it, and it doesn't have to be directly onto the charcoal as well when we're doing the fat, because you can see the coloration on there. I don't want the whole thing to be black, so that's why we take a little bit of time. You know, move around. The flames aren't that great. I mean, the actual charcoal offers more flavor than the flare-ups. You can see that sizzle, that caramelization. We're at a point now where I'll sear my sides, top and bottom. And don't forget this as well, you want to give that a sear. And the residual heat will then also render some of the fat. Another reason why I like the poke test is because I can feel on this side it's done more than this side. Also, the sear on that side is a lot more prominent than if I was to flip it over. Now we're getting a nice sear on this side. And this steak is done. Before I overcook it and mix it up, that goes onto a plate that has to rest. One of the most important things as well, I would say second or third most important thing is letting this steak rest. Rest it in a little bit of butter. The butter is going to help add richness to the steak. It's going to make it taste supremely delicious. You can see the meat juices here, a little bit of the fat from the butter, and that's just been sitting in it, resting in it. Well, I don't really like cooking steak inside because I like to go super hot, get a really nice good sear. I'll have to open up all the windows, like literally all the windows. My door is gonna just smoke the whole area. Fan on max. Do it on the grill, do it on the gas barbecue. Way better it's outside, don't have to worry about nothing. I'm estimating this is cooked rare. You let me know in the comments what you think. There's the fat, beautifully rendered, shrunken nicely. Color everywhere. That's a beautiful sear. One side, the bottom, the other side. The moment of truth. Look at that. Look, never doubt on your boy. You need to always believe in yourself. Believe in me if you have no one to believe in. Speak up. What do you see? You see the secrets to the universe? Because that's what I see. This is what I'm talking about, tempering your steaks. The color is a lot more consistent throughout the steak. You can see I've only got a slight gray band. I swear to God, this steak can feed 4 people. You don't want to go window pane thin. You can go thick, and you can even keep going thicker. I don't know why, I just prefer to have a little bit on the thin side because I like everyone to experience as much of what I've made as possible. What I like to do before serving up the steak, just get a piece, dip it in its juices in that butter, and then go take a bite. A delicious piece of sirloin steak. Cut. Unfortunately guys, you cannot buy that in a restaurant. Who's this guy? This guy's taking the piss, man. We're done. This guy let loose. He's a villain. We can't let that guy roam free. You know the food's good when you got a nasty ass face on. You have the stink face.